Hello, friends. Welcome back to Heartscapes, where we're learning the system of Reiki to be rooted, to be spacious, to be connected, and to remember ourselves. My name is Michaela. Welcome back to the studio, and welcome back to day 4 of our 21-day journey with Reiki practices that are drawn from the foundational roots of the system of Reiki. My co-teacher Joe is here today to help us lead a practice. We were working the last couple of days with the mountains and waterfalls practice. We're going to transition today into a new practice that we'll do for the next couple of days. And Joe will be leading that for us. So welcome, Joe. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just share a little bit of context for this practice before turning it over. One of the things that we work with quite a bit when teaching Reiki from the perspective of its esoteric Buddhist roots and its Shinto roots is a concept called the 3 diamonds. And this is, we talk about it as the energy map that we follow through the energetic system that is very specific to Shinto practice. And it begins at the belly with the hara, our first stop on the map. We get grounded there, we get rooted. That's the home of the body and the earth energy. And then we move to the 2nd and 3rd diamond. So I just wanted to share a visual of that because the practice we'll be doing today is going to walk us through that map using physical gestures. And so this graphic just, I always love these sorts of graphics that puts the human body into this form of a tree. It is really a very beautiful representation of the energetic signatures of the 3 diamonds, because beginning at the hara, beginning at the belly, that is that place where we become rooted and grounded, where we feel our connection to the earth, we feel the symmetry between our body and the earth's body, and we feel that sense of being well supported, being well resourced by our connection with the web of life and with our earth that sustains life in our direct context. So we begin there at the hara. And then the 2nd diamond is up at the head. And so we get that symmetry between the rootedness and the reach of the branches above. And we begin with that deep rootedness so we can build a wide and deep enough foundation so that when we begin to reach up and out from ourselves, we begin to draw our attention up from that rooted place into not only the sphere of the physical head, but the sensation of spaciousness above and around us, that spaciousness within us, our connection not only to earth, but to space, to the void, to the wide open spaces that exist around us, but also within us. And so we have this symmetry between how well rooted we are, really being an indication of how spacious we can feel ourselves to be. And that spaciousness includes mental spaciousness, being able to visualize, to imagine, to feel into possibilities that are well beyond what our current reality might be. Spaciousness of the mind, spaciousness of the heart, of our feelings, of our capacity to feel, spaciousness of our vision, of what we imagine for ourselves and for our communities. So spaciousness in all of the ways that we might experience it. And then once those 2 places are in harmony with each other, we can come to the 3rd diamond at the heart. This is our territory of compassionate connection. This is that balanced place between the 1st and 2nd diamond. It's where we can really, once we arrive here and spend time here, truly begin to feel that sense of interconnection with all life and that sense of completion, that sense of being a whole and complete being in all of the ways that we experience life. And so that is the map that we use, the energetic map. It is, related to the chakra system in that we're dealing with that central channel of energy and then the way that energy flows in all directions in our system. But the points are very specific and they're different than the chakra system. So we like to emphasize just kind of the territory that we're working inside of today. And so our practice today is going to use gestures of the body to move us through this energy map of the 3 diamonds. And as we have been talking about with Sanmitsu, the principle that we're working with these 21 days, this practice again unifies our physical body, our mind, and our voice, our breath. And Joe, I would love for you to tell us a little bit more about how that works in this particular practice and any other insights that are coming forward for you today.
Well, thanks, Michaela, and hello, everybody, and welcome. Um, I'm particularly interested in this aspect of Sanmitsu and its relationship with these three energy centers of our body, of the three diamonds. And and for me, the relationship between Sanmitsu, the three mysteries, the three secrets, um, and the three diamonds, it kind of comes from also for me, the martial arts experience that I have that are also underpinnings of the system of Reiki. And in particularly in the Japanese martial arts, teachings are present about these three fundamental ways of being in the world, interacting with the world, internally in ourselves as well as externally around us. And in martial arts practices, harmonizing and unifying these three secrets, these three practices, so that we can be in aspects of their power as it relates to every aspect of our life. And so there's a very physicalness to these that we're going to explore today with a practice that's one of my favorite. I was just hearing one of our Shinto and Reiki level 3 practitioners in a year-long program describe how this was one of their favorite practices as well. So we're going to do that practice today.
Sounds good. All right, you ready to take us into that?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Excellent.
I'm going to step back here so that you can see my body. I'm going to describe physically what it is that we're doing. Of course, with this focus on the body, our breath is involved. You know, we're constantly breathing many thousands of times a day. We can do that with awareness and focus. And we're also focusing our mind, bringing those three aspects always together in harmony. All right. So this can be done seated, but I'm going to show it to you standing. So before we begin this practice, I just would like to invite us to just very simply gather ourselves together with Sanmitsu, just bringing a little attention to the posture of your body, seated or standing, noticing you're supported by the ground, which is connected deep into the earth, which is supporting us. That's first diamond and earth energy and body. Notice your breath just coming in and out of the body. And then notice the posture of our mind, simply allowing ourselves to bring our thoughts, which naturally go places. That's what our mind does, but bringing them in a bit of an awareness and a focus to what? How about to our body? How about to our breathing? So it's good to begin Reiki practices or any practices like this with this awareness of those three aspects: body, breath, mind. And I'm going to lift my arms with my palms open up all the way up to above my head with my palms touching together like prayer hands. And then come down here at the forehead, coming down toward the heart. I'm going to take my hands and notice how I'm bringing them together, like I'm cupping and holding this preciousness right at the heart as I come down. Then I'm going to continue to just roll these hands around so that one is on top of the other, Thumbs touching gently, bringing that down from the heart down to the hara of the low belly and resting. So altogether, it's up to prayer position, down, holding this preciousness cupped at the heart. And this is a mudra, a cosmic mudra, down at our heart. In Shingon practices, in Sanmitsu, mudra is associated with body motion, often the hands. Cosmic mudra at our. And so if I breathe in through the nose, down into my heart on the in breath, breathing out, I can go breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and out. Ah, cupping at the heart, cosmic mudra at the hara. And one more, breathing in first, down into your hara, and out from there. Oh, prayer mudra at the head, precious holding at the heart, cosmic mudra at the hara. So now we're going to add a mantra, mudra, mantra. And mantra is breath, is sound, that part of Sanmitsu. And the sound is going to be A, O, U, E, E. Sound familiar? And together with the motions, you'll see me do this, but it'll be A, O, U, E, E. And typically we just do that all in one sound as we go through the motions, but I'm going to break them apart just for purposes of this. All right, here we go. Same motions, breathing into the hara, and on the out breath, the chant Ah, O, U, E, E. Right? Now, I'm going to let you make those sounds on your own. I'm going to still do them with a little break between them, just so we can distinguish them. And all together, breathe in. Ah, O, U, E, E. Breathe and on your own, at your own pace. And with the sounds on your own. Ah, whoa, yay, yay. Go ahead, let's do 4 or 5 of these on your own pace. Breathing first. Yes, with your chanting. You breathe into your hara, chanting out from your hara. 2 more. And holding that cosmic mudra at your hara, your low belly. Still breathing. Imagine or envision you chanting those syllables, but silently to yourself, saturating out the energy of that mantra as you hold this mudra, cosmic mudra. Allow our mind to bring its attention to the mudra at our hara. Allow our breath down in the first time in the hara, our body, earth energy, the physical. A few more breaths. Stay in this energy vibration. Ah, oh, good, great, stay in that vibration. Keep breathing. And whenever you're ready, bringing your hands to Gasho at the heart, prayer. Ah, thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Welcome back.
And yes, that does tend to be a favorite practice when we do it in classes. I believe that's because of how very balanced that practice feels. Where, yes, we have this very sweeping gesture of the body, and then we bring in the gesture of the voice and the breath with the mantra. We have these three mudras that are very clearly associated with the three diamonds. There's quite a bit of balance there. And all the while, we're allowing our attention to rest on all of those things, calling ourselves back from all of the distractions of the day to be with the simple presence and the simple pleasure of moving our body in this way, of being, fully with that gesture and aligning the voice, the body, and the mind in these ways. There's a way in which doing this practice, particularly if we sustain it over a longer period of time, brings a very embodied sense of balance to us, and I know that's why it's one of my favorites. I suspect that's something that shows up for other folks as well. Anything that you noticed, Joe, in leading this today, or anything else that's up for you?
I love how you brought that term balance. Sometimes another term related to that is like a sort of a centeredness. kind of between the extremes of one or the other. It's just kind of bringing yin and yang, not opposites, but onenesses all in and together. And I have a lot of that sense when I'm in that practice,
Yeah.
especially when the sounds themselves, and we're not going to geek out on this today, but even those sounds have a meaning. Ah, being the first sound that comes when we open our mouth and vibrate the vocal cords on our out breath. Ah, and ooh. And we're probably going to talk a little bit more about that as we talk about body practice. And he, with this cosmic mudra, this body mudra hand practice experience of Sanmitsu. And each of those has some meaningfulness in our Reiki practice, to our Reiki practice. And maybe we'll get to unpack some of that as we continue in Sanmitsu.
So tomorrow we'll be working with this practice again, and Joe will be leading tomorrow. I will be hosting a plant sale here in my neighborhood, juggling many aspects of Heartscapes, one of which is providing plant babies for the neighborhood. And so Joe is going to lead us tomorrow. He's going to go through this practice again and just shift the emphasis a little bit. So we're here emphasizing that cosmic mudra at the hara, and he's going to bring a different emphasis to our attention as we go through this same practice tomorrow. And so we hope that you will join us. If you are getting caught up, here we are on day 4. If you are just joining us, you can check out the previous 3 days where we give a lot more context to what we're talking about here, a lot more context to Sanmitsu, to the emphasis on the body. And so I'll leave links for that playlist down below. You can get caught up with us, and we will be back tomorrow with another installment of this series. Thanks so much for joining us. As you go through your day, may you be deeply provisioned for all that comes your way. And until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Love to all. Bye bye.